Dream.
Dream.
Why did you attack us?
Why did you
Listen,
attack us
On our own
Let's have
land.
let's just have a very quick chat, okay? George, how did you get king?
I earned it.
You earned it how? How did you earn it, George?
You know the answer. I don't need to tell
Listen,
you.
you're acting like I'm a bad guy, George, in this case. When in this case specifically, you're trying to do a hostile takeover of the kingship after you were no longer king. You were appointed king randomly, and king was taken away randomly, and that's my decision, just like it was my decision when I gave it to you. You didn't complain when I randomly gave it to you, but now that I'm taking it away, oh, it's everyone's problem. It's Quackity's problem. It's everyone's problem. If I remember correctly, Bad didn't have a problem when I randomly appointed it to George. You didn't have a problem when I randomly appointed it to you. Quackity didn't have a problem when I randomly appointed it to you. But now that you're getting taken away your power, you're mad. That's called being a tyrant.
No,
it's called being a tyrant.
It's not. Here's
So
what happened.
Just
Eret
reflect,
lost the
George. Just reflect.
No, listen.
It's simple.
Eret,
you don't need to. You're trying to start
made a
fighting. You're being
mistake.
a baby, George.
Eret made a mistake.
Baby. You're
so we
being
need a new
baby.
king, and I
You're
was
being
there
baby.
ready, and you assigned it to me.
You're being a baby. That's all you're doing. Don't start wars because you're being a baby.
How did I start a war?
You're saying you want to overthrow Eret and take over the kingship.
When did
start
I say
a war?
that?
And you're offering the Badlands land. Okay, bad. I mean,
What?
yeah. You're offering the Badlands
when did I do any
land.
of these things? You're going crazy. I never did any of these things.
You did all of these.
We
I
didn't
did
agree to
zero of these
anything.
things. I did zero of these things.
You did, and you're lying now, and you're being a baby.
What stream have you been
whining
watching?
and crying and being sad and acting whatever? You were appointed just randomly by me, and then you were taken away randomly by me. At the time, Eret was getting involved in an active war, and guess what? The war's over, and he's no longer getting involved in stuff, and he's been neutral. He's been the most neutral person on the server right now, and that's why he was appointed. And you were appointed when you were building a house in the middle of the war because you were being the most neutral person on the server. Then you were no longer the most neutral person on the server. Because guess what? You went and you built Mexican Lemanberg, being in cahoots with the president of Lemanberg, that was then going to essentially getting into battles and stuff with me. That's not being neutral. You were being neutral when you were building your cute little house far away from everything else. And then you just stopped and built a giant city country above Lemanberg and tried to be a big part of the government. Like, I don't want that. I want it to be neutral, and that's why Eret is a better king. And that's something that you're being a tyrant by trying to get it back. So it's fine. You continue what you want to do, but I'm just pointing out, and I know Sapnap, even Sapnap, who may be mad at me, and that's fine. He can be mad at me, but even he, I'm sure, realizes that it's just, the only reason that you're just looking for an excuse to fight for power, even though you lost it rightfully. Sapnap you had no more right to the throne than Sapnap did. Like, Sapnap could have been the person I chose as well, but he wasn't. But the only reason you're mad is because, like, he's just mad because he thinks I don't care about him, and you're mad because I took away your king, even though I gave it to you in the first place. Anyway,
I disagree. All that. I disagree with all that. I don't think it's fair what you're
just
doing.
Simply, you are dumb, Quackity. You are
okay,
very,
that's fine.
very
No,
dumb
that's
if you
fine. That's
disagree.
fine.
That is,
That's
how
fine.
can you
but
disagree
I just don't see it.
that
I
he
just
was
don't see it the
randomly
same
given
way as
king?
you do. I
How?
just
That's
don't
not,
see it
that's
the
not a
same way as
side
you
thing.
do.
That is ridiculous.
I just
you can't be like, oh, I disagree with the fact that George is being a tyrant. Like, a tyrant is a
He's
tyrant.
not being a tyrant. He's not being a tyrant. What's
Then
going
explain
on?
what
What is
tyrant
going
means.
on? What is going on with Lemanberg? What is going on with the fucking throne of Eret and George and all them? Like, what is going on? Think for a moment what everything goes back to. Every single problem in this server, what has it gone back to? Why did you attack us? Why did you attack us instead of trying to come and specifically try and talk to us?
Is that what you're asking?
No. It's not Tommy. At the end of the day, whose discs are there? It's his discs, is it not? It's Tommy's
That's up for debate
discs.
for sure. That's up for debate.
It was Tommy's discs.
Well,
those
Tommy
were
originally
his.
found the disc. It doesn't mean that it's his.
Well, who had him before him? Did anyone specifically own them before him?
That's what I said before him. No.
Exactly.
But if you remember correctly,
why are you making such a big deal? Tomorrow we have to offer
the last
you an
person
answer.
who had the disc was who?
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Tommy gave willingly the disc to me and said that I was now the owner of the disc. That is the last thing that happened willingly. The discs since then have been stolen from me by Tommy.
Why did he give you those discs? That sounds nothing like Tommy. Why did he give you those discs?
For Lemanberg, back during the Lemanberg War.
Listen to me, okay? I don't care.
You have no argument.
No. At the end of the day, no. Let's go back for a second. Every single problem, I'm telling you this. Every single problem is because of you. Why did you appoint?
Like
why did you appoint George?
Let's go.
For no reason.
Let's go ahead and go back. You said every problem is because of me, right? Let's say Schlatt's a problem, right? If I say anything, who decided to give him the votes?
That was me. That was all me.
Yeah, that was you. And guess what? Did I do that? Did I give Schlatt the power? Did I appoint Schlatt? I didn't even vote for Schlatt.
You weren't even part of Lemanberg to vote to begin with.
Well, you can because it was an audience poll.
Okay.
I'm technically a member of the audience.
Okay.
My point being, you are saying that I have caused all problems on the server. Then what is this war over? George's house that Tommy griefed. What about the discs? He gave me the discs and then stole them back. What about you? You appointed Schlatt and gave him your votes. Why don't you bring up another problem? I'll tell you how it wasn't me. What's another problem? Give me another problem. Oh, appointing George for king? You mean me telling him he needs to stay neutral and then him building a giant country above Lemanberg with you and trying to break down Lemantry? Actually, did break it down and I had to go and retrieve it from him. What's another problem? Give me a problem. I can put it all back. I didn't cause the problems. I try and solve the problems. I try and prevent the problems from happening in the first place. Tommy causes most of the problems, and that's why I don't like Tommy.
Dream, are you affiliated to any land, any group, anything specific?
No.
So why are you getting involved? Why are you getting involved with every single event that happens in the server?
I am affiliated with the Dream SMP, which is just the server as a whole.
So you immediately appoint yourself as someone who needs to involve themselves in every single event in the server. I agree. I fucked up. I fucked up by giving Schlatt my votes. I'll take it. I fucked up by doing that. But at the end of the day, why are you getting involved with every single thing that happens in the server? We fucked up the Lemanberg thing. That's true. Let us deal with it. Let us fucking deal with it. Why do you have to involve yourself in all these things?
I'm involving myself with Tommy. I'm not involving myself with you. Oh, so now, right now, this is what's happening. You right now in the chat, or not in the chat. I don't know why I said it in the chat. Right now, you are fighting, saying that you're potentially going to do a hostile takeover. You're potentially going to do a hostile takeover for the kingship because you're mad that George isn't king anymore. Now you said that it's screwed up, and you said, "Oh, quote, it's screwed up, and it's screwed up because he has a right to the king." Okay, why? Why does he have any more right to king than Eret?
Well, why did you appoint him?
Why don't you tell me?
Why did you appoint him?
Like you know about the situation. Then
no. But why did you? Okay, why do you appoint him to begin with?
Why don't you answer?
Why did you appoint George to begin with? Why did you unappoint Eret and then appoint George?
Because
you're talking about Eret. You're talking about Eret being neutral, but the moment you dethroned him, the first people he went to, right before the war, was me and everyone who was in the Lemanberg team. That's literally who he went to.
That's why he had the throne taken away from him. And then guess what? Now George is doing. George has started a nation with you, who is part of the council of Lemanberg, and has been doing plenty of unneutral things like destroying Lemantry and tons of other neutral things, like non-neutral things. He's not being neutral anymore, and also he's been getting attacked nonstop by Technoblade and others who don't want him to be king. Eret, it's not going to happen to. It's like,
so what?
You can disagree.
You're appeasing to Technoblade?
Okay, listen, Quackity, you can disagree and say that you disagree with him, with George being George thinking George is a better king and that Eret is a worse king. That's fine, but it's not your place. You're saying I'm getting involved with things. This is Dream SMP. What does a king mean to you? It means nothing to you. You're not even a part of Dream SMP. You're part of Lemanberg, who is an independent nation, and you're getting involved in my politics, saying, "Well, Eret shouldn't be king." Why does it matter to you? You're just causing problems for no reason. You should just step back and recognize, hey, you created Mexican Lemanberg. That's great. Congratulations. Did I come to you telling you can't create that? Am I being
exactly? You did it. You didn't. So why are you faulting George for it? I built it. That was me. I built Mexican Lemanberg. So why are you faulting George? You said you're taking away his throne because he's affiliated to Mexican Lemanberg. I built it. Look, have you seen the conditions of Mexican Lemanberg? Have you how much progress have we done in 2 fucking days? We made a little parkour thing. That's
amazing.
I feel like you're just using that. You're just using that as a scapegoat to find reasons to dethrone George.
I think that there's many reasons, but my main reason is because I care about George. and George has been getting killed and attacked, and his armor stolen from him.
Did you consult him? Did you say, hey, are you actually worried that people are hunting you down?
George isn't going to be like, oh, wow. George isn't going to be selfless. He's going to be selfish. This is the same reason right now why he's trying to take back the kingmanship that he has no right to. Right now, he's mad. He's like, first of all, George hardly even logs on the server, like other than when he's memeing around with us. And when he does log on the server, he's not doing king stuff. He's not being neutral. He broke one of the biggest things you're not mentioning. He broke Lemantry down. That's like one of the most sacred things on the entire server of another country.
I took part of it hostage. I took part of it hostage.
You broke it down.
No, I took
and then guess
part
what?
of it hostage.
When I talked to you about it afterwards, your quote was, "I didn't know it was important." How? What? That's ridiculous. That's something that you should know. Especially, I bet you Eret knows that. Actually, I know he does. But the point is, it doesn't really matter. Okay, it doesn't really matter. King doesn't really mean anything other than that their job is to try and keep peace on the server, and Eret will do a good job of that. George has not kept peace in any way whatsoever, and he's done a poor job since he's been appointed, and that's fine. You can disagree, but guess what? You're not even part of Dream SMP. You're part of Lemanberg's. That's not even your place to disagree or to agree or whatever. It's George's if he wants to, but I honestly didn't expect George to disagree. I thought George would just be like, okay, yeah, because he doesn't care, because he doesn't even care about this stuff. He's just acting like he cares because it's dramatic, and that's why.
That's what you think.
No, that's what I know. I know it too. But Quackity and Sapnap, Sapnap's just mad, and
you think you know me so well.
Get involved with everything. So.
All right.
But okay. Anyway, you don't have to get involved, Quackity. It's not part of your nation.
Yeah.
So don't try and. I'm sure. What do you think Tubbo would think, Quackity? What do you think your president would think? You think he'd be happy with what you're doing right now? I think
no. Me and Tubbo see the same. Me and Tubbo see the same thing in a lot of.
I don't think
so.
A lot
of situations.
I don't think
yeah,
so.
we do.
Why don't you
yeah,
talk
we do.
To Tubbo then? Why don't you talk to him?
I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him. You know what? Right. Tomorrow we'll have a talk and we'll figure things out and we'll.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Yeah, we will. At the end of the day, what it seems to me is that you want control of just anything you can get control over, and that's fine. That is your right at the end of the day. But everything, just about everything. Again, you're getting involved in so many things. You said I'm not part of the Dream SMP. I'm part of Lemanberg. I'll remind you, I wasn't allowed in Lemanberg to begin with because I wasn't British. That's why I ran for president, to take the walls down. And look, what is a country surrounded by now? What is it surrounded by now? Walls.
Obsidian walls. That's Tommy's fault.
So you know what? I think
that's not my fault.
Oh, now you're blaming Tommy. Yeah,
well,
Tommy fucked up.
Tommy.
Dream does a whole lot of blaming other people.
Well, Dream, I know what you do. You think it's righteous, but I don't know. I think you're doing the wrong thing here.
That's fine. I think that it's the reason that my appointment of Eret is selfless. I'm doing it not because I care about Eret or because I'm friends with Eret. I in terms of this, like he screwed me over. He betrayed me. He went and did it. Why you're acting like I'm doing it for selfish reasons in order to have control? Actually, appointing Eret gives me less control because Eret doesn't do what I say. George would probably just do almost about anything I tell him to do if he was king. If I said, hey, do this, he'd just do it. Just the same thing when he destroyed the tree and I said, hey, toss me the leaves, and he did. Guess what? Eret might not. Eret might not listen to me. It gives me less power. The only reason I did it is because he'd be a better king. And he was a better king, and he's neutral, and he's friends with everybody on the server, which is better to point wars. George has enemies, Eret doesn't. The only enemy Eret may have is you guys now because you're salty that he's king, which is just a ridiculous reason. But regardless, you can disagree, that's fine, but my decision was my decision, and you can get mad about it, but if you try and do anything, you'll just lose, and you'll just die, and you'll lose all your stuff, and then you'll be back to square one. Like I said, I'm sure Tubbo wouldn't be happy with you picking wars while you're already about to get into another one. But I'm gonna leave. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat.
Okay. All right.
But guys, it's just roleplay.
We'll see where it goes.
It's just roleplay, guys. It's just roleplay. Have fun, guys.
Down with Quackity!
Oh, what the fuck? All right. Oh, wait, the fuck! I fucking chose Minecraft. That was so dramatic. Maybe you shouldn't start an event where there's another one planned for tomorrow. So. All right, fellas. So let's see how it goes down tomorrow, right? What do you guys say?